Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Giggle with Gaghouse, live streaming directly to your homes this Friday evening. We have an awesome lineup of comedians for you to enjoy tonight, so sit back and relax. We're making it as much like a comedy club as possible, so your part of that is to go and grab a beer, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, first of all, please can you just click share on this post? Just below this video, there should be a little share button. Share that so as many people as possible can enjoy this show. The other thing we'd love you to do tonight, as we are watching comedy from our sofas, is please share your pictures of us, of you enjoying our show. So take a little snap of you with your drink on your sofa, with your little dog maybe, and tweet or Instagram it into us. That is at Gaghouse Comedy on Instagram and at Gaghouse Comedy on Twitter, or tag us in your Facebook post. That's it from me for now. Please, for now, give a very warm virtual round of applause to our first act of the evening, to James Alderson!
Good evening! Oh, thanks for joining us all this evening with Giggle with Gaghouse online. That is what this is. Gaghouse comedy. I've had a 3-year-old set that up for me in my kitchen. And, let's be honest, you know I'm in my kitchen because I'm wearing slippers. I fancy doing gigs like this all the time. I reckon we should rename the comedy club Clusterfuck Comedy, because that's exactly what this feels like. What a weird, bizarre situation we're in. You're sat in your sofa, not in your sofa, probably on it, in your kitchen maybe, like me, and here we are, celebrating the apocalypse. It's a weird time, isn't it? Weird time. The news is quite odd. I heard today that divorce cases, sadly, are on the rise. Mostly because beauty salons have shut and husbands are starting to work out what their wives actually look like without false eyelashes, Botox, hair extensions and fake tans. But you know, there is a little bit of good news, of course. Today I found out that both my teenage boys have, wait for it, completed Pornhub. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? Bless them. 1 week off of school and they've achieved so much already. Bless them. If you've got teenage kids, wow, what a relief for parents that there's no GCSEs this year. Quite a strange one. My son, my eldest son, is quite frustrated, mostly because he's completed Pornhub. Nothing to do with his GCSEs. He was doing absolutely bod-all revision. I think he's going to be going to his first interview for a job and they'll say, oh, so what GCSEs did you get? And he'll say, I was the class of 2020. And they go, okay. What badges did you get in Cub Scouts? I mean, there's no way of judging how well they've done. I don't know. Are they actually going to get results? Who knows? Who knows? I've got, because I'm at home, of course, and not in a comedy club, I have a glass of the proverbial fresh orange juice to keep myself going in these end of days times. Hopefully doing as much exercise as me. Nothing. I could quite do with a lockdown every March, couldn't you? It's been quite a revelation, really, in my house. Being able to get all those jobs I've been meaning to get done, spent more time playing board games with the family, and eating chocolate for breakfast every morning. So, cheers. Oh, it's a strange time. It's a strange time, but you know, I think we're going to get through it. I think it's going to be fine. I could be quite honest with you. The reason why I can exist like this doing comedy, I much prefer it, is because I used to get in trouble driving about all the time. I used to drive thousands of miles a week, gig all over the country, and now I can do it from the kitchen. Last time I got nicked, I ended up going on a speed awareness course, I'm sure many of you have been on, and I was sat there, and we were all, it was a hotel suite, function suite thing, we all had our name badges on, and there was a policeman at the front of the room, right, trying to make us all look like twats, asking us all questions, you know what they're like. And he's working around, he got to me, he went, right, Mr. Alderson, I'm bringing up a photograph here on my projector of the road ahead. And I want you to identify 3 hazards in this photograph. I said, okay, thanks for picking me, let's do this. I said, right, you've got a big tree in the foreground with a shadow under it, that's hazard number 1. There's a white van reversing like a knobhead, he's not watching where he's going, that's hazard number 2. And in the distance I can just make out a young mum pushing her pram into the street, she's not watching where he's doing, she's probably on crack. That's hazard number 3. He said, correct. I said, I knew she was on crack. Yes, you could just tell, can't you? Her hair's all over the place, her clothes are a mess, she's not even watching where she's pushing. He said, no, the 3 hazards, that was the correct bit, let's move on. I said, okay, yeah, let's. I said, that was easy peasy. He said, oh, if it's so easy peasy, why don't you help everybody here on this speed awareness course, Mr. Alderson, and let them know the biggest hazard out of those three you just identified? I said, stop right there, officer. I know the answer to that already. Clearly, it's the big tree in the foreground with a shadow under it. He said, it is. Well done. Why is it the tree? So, well, one of your mates might be hiding under there with a speed camera. He didn't laugh. Don't worry, you're not alone. Got another one next week. So there we go, you live and learn. No, it is nice. It's nice to be at home. It's nice to be. But I'm finding what's annoying me more than anything, though, is that people are getting out and about and exercising more. It's making me feel guilty. Is it you? I don't want to be doing more exercise. I want to be sitting at home. I want to be surrounded by the things I love, like chocolate, and just forget about it all and come out of hibernation about 8 stone heavier if I can get out the front door or through the roof, whatever's easiest, in about 6 months. But no, everyone's out exercising, running about. My wife's still going to work 1 day a week, okay? And she works for one of these total bellends. I'm sure you know, we all know one of these guys, permanently in Lycra, right? And he came into the office the other day and he said to Barri, he said, morning Charlotte, just going to go put the food in the fridge. It's never food, it's always couscous and a leaf, right? He uses any opportunity to get to where, Lycra, cycle, do whatever. She's like, oh, will you photocopy this for me? He goes, yeah, okay, ding ding. He's getting on a bike, it's the next door, the photocopier, mate, where are you going? Just annoy me, just people annoy me all the time when they're exercising. Winds me up. I used to be fit and healthy, right? But now, look at this, don't even have to iron this jumper. Crazy, isn't it? Getting old, that's the problem, getting old. I'm a kid of the 80s, you know? 80s was the time. All of this would have been sold in the 80s, wouldn't it? With a glass of the old original Lucozade, wouldn't it? Remember that with the film all the way around it? You could fix a broken leg with that thing, couldn't you? Oh, it's different times back then. Simple. Kids are so reliant. My kids haven't even left the Xbox, haven't left their phones since they've left school. They're just constantly stuck to them. What would we do? If it was lockdown in the 80s, what would we have been doing for the last week? Probably picking wood chip off of the wallpaper, licking batteries, and probably reading Fly Fishing by J.R. Hartley. That's about it, isn't it? Yeah, maybe practicing 3, 2, 1 with Dusty Bin. That's about it, that's all we had. We didn't have phones. We had to remember everything, all the time, didn't we? Remember phone numbers. And the problem is, we still fucking know those numbers, don't we? Here we go, there's a few for you. 0705 451918. That is my granny's number. She died in 1989. She's not going to pick up. Okay, here's one. 0705 482377. That is my home number. I moved out in 1996. Here's a classic for you. 0705 476 026. That is Havant Leisure Centre Squash Court Priority Booking Line. I haven't played squash for a few years, mate. Yeah, I can see you smiling through the camera. Yeah, it's double wave vision, don't worry about it. Okay, so, he's got panic then. No, wow. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that would get kids exercise these days is if they have the phone, well, we used to have the phone, at the end of the hall. Yeah, actually get off your arse and go and answer the phone. Do you remember that? And we had to remember all the numbers, but if for some weird reason we couldn't remember a number, we all had the latest gadget, didn't we? The little flat plastic box next to the phone with A to Z down the side. And if I had to phone Darren, the best mate Darren, D-Dog, Mr. D, Dazza, I'd slide it down to D, I'd press the release button, and ba-ding, it would spring to life, and there, in all their glory, were all the numbers of the friends and family whose names began with the letter F. It wasn't the best, was it? And then you phoned them up, and then they didn't answer the phone. Then what happened? Fuck all! You just went and sat back down, didn't you? That was what we were like, wasn't it? It was good old days, bloody good old days. And bloody worried about toilet paper these days. Kids, what? Everybody freaking out about it. The middle-aged and the elderly aren't too worried about toilet paper. You know why? Because we had to live with a childhood of Isle toilet paper. Now, that you wouldn't be worried about whether you could buy that or not, I tell you. Cashel, woven, quilted koala hair, bloody toilet paper. We didn't have quilted beds, did we, back in the day? Quilted toilet paper. Oh, it feels so soft on my bottom, Daddy. Does it? Does it? Christ. I said you wouldn't have that, but I said if you want to know what it was like growing up as a kid in the 80s, I'm going to take you to Hobbycraft, I'll get you a roll of tracing paper, let me know how you get on, alright? Because it was shit, wasn't it? Everywhere. Just moved it around a bit, didn't it? We actually used to do tracing with Isle toilet paper, didn't we? Mum, I've got to do some tracing for my homework. You know what the bog roll is? Just help yourself to a couple of sheets. Thanks, Mum, love you. Yeah, proper respect for parents as well, right back then. proper respect. Christ, we had no way of looking up and proving our parents wrong, did we? We had to rely on them all the time for the answers for our homework, you know. Dad, what's the capital of Nigeria? Luton. Okay, thanks, Dad. Love you, son. Just that was it, wasn't it? That was the only thing we could rely on. And when we were grounded, proper grounded, sent to your room. These days, kids like being sent to their room. Go to your room. Good. When we were sent to our room, the kids these days have got bloody smart TVs on the wall, Xboxes, broadband. We were sent to our room. We were lucky if we had any fucking wallpaper on the walls, weren't we? Someone used it all to wrap our school books with. Getting old is not great, but it helps you get through times like this, because we have lived through some shit. The thing is, I'm just out of shape now. I'm out of shape, and I know I'm out of shape. You know why I know I'm out of shape? Because the only thing I think when I'm cutting my toenails is, why do my feet have to be so bloody far away? Every toenail feels like I'm cutting them underwater. Do you know what I mean? Oh, fuck it. Bollocks. If you get a stitch cutting your nails, it's game over, isn't it? It's game over. No, it's ridiculous. This is in the way. This is the problem. I tried to put my socks on this morning, and after one sock, I thought, fuck it, I'm just wearing one sock today. Nobody cares. Nobody's about, are they? I'll just be known as One Sock Jim, the crazy One Sock Jim guy out on the streets. Me and the wife, we're trying to stay in shape during this apocalyptic times, but it is pretty tricky and it's so tempting. All those treats and don't want to bother to do any cooking. I tried to diet in February. And I just like chocolate too much, mate. I like chocolate too much. It's just my wife knows I like chocolate, and I came off the diet with a little bit of a crash in February. And my wife was angry. I could tell. She had me backed up into a corner, right? She was probably angry. She said, James, I've noticed you come off the diet. I'm a little bit disappointed in you. I know you like chocolate, but I want to get back on it for March, right? And I'm going to give you a lift for March, give you an incentive, try and lose some weight. Give you a boost. I said, yes, please. Bloody love them. Yeah, no. She said, shut up, dickhead. Listen. She said, every pound of weight that you lose in March, I promise I will give you a naughty treat. Yep. Bit of pleasure, just for me. Unfortunately, with all this business going on, the March diet is not going well. I jumped on the scales before I started recording this for you lovely people, and I worked out that so far this month, I actually owe her 3 blowjobs. So, not good. It's not possible either. Don't panic, any guys watching thinking, bloody 50 Shades of Grey, messing it up. It's not possible, don't panic. Just keep doing it the normal way. I've upset some couples sat in the lounge now, chatting to each other. The guys have just looked at their wives and gone, what the fuck happened to blowjobs? Yeah, they do go after a while, don't they? No, it's not all about sex, by the way, is it? People who've been married for more than 10 years know it's not all about sex. You know, you get pleasure from simpler things, don't you? When you've been married a long time, like a really lovely parallel park. You know, one of those one-handed ones. We just pull it in like that and go, oh God, did you just see that? That went in beautifully there. I've not curved the alloys. Was anybody watching that? You finished yourself off, love. That was bloody wonderful. That was great. That's great. That was perfect. Now, I read an article recently that said that on average, couples who've been married more than 10 years have sex on average once a week, okay? So I had a little bit of a think back over the last 51 weeks of my marriage, and I don't want to brag or show off, but over the next week, me and the wife are going to be pretty busy. Yeah, oh God, I'm going to have to try and squeeze in 30 shags. I'm not going to do that with social distancing, but no, I usually get the boys round, but oh God, I'm not too sure how long this is going to go on for, but one thing I do know is our broadband is getting hit in the tits in this house, right? My boys are on it constantly, bashing away. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm never allowed to go in their rooms. Dad, don't come in. I don't want to come in, do I? I don't want to lose a fucking eye. My eldest came in the lounge recently. He said, Dad, I need a 128 gig iPhone because this phone is shit. And he threw it on the sofa. I said, you're not getting a 128 gig iPhone, mate. He said, why not? All my mates have got one. I need one now. I'm relying on it. I was like, I'll tell you why you're not going to get one, mate. I said, because when I was your age, my first computer only had 1K. He said, what's 1K? I said, 1K is 1 kilobyte. He said, what's 1 kilobyte? I said, a kilobyte is a millionth for gigabyte. I said, you want 128 gig on your phone? You're dreaming. He said, 1K. I said, yes, son. Millionth of. I said, yeah, that's all it had. He said, Dad, what do you even do with only 1K? I said, I'll tell you what we did, son. We fucking played outside. True, wasn't it? Play out in the woods with our younger sister, age 4. Didn't matter, did it? Because we knew where all the paedophiles were, weren't we? On the fucking telly. Yeah. Cheers. Good old days, eh? Good old days. Do you remember going out to restaurants? Do you remember that? Cinemas. Good times. Anyway, I don't know. Shopping is a bizarre experience now, isn't it? Shopping. My wife, it might reset the wife. That's what I'm hoping. Because she bloody loves shopping. She cannot get enough shopping. And Primark was always her shop of choice. Do you remember Primark? And no, I gave her 50 quid about 2 weeks ago. She came back with about 300 tops. I don't know how they do it. And I don't mind it. As a bloke, I think we would get a bad deal. I don't mind shopping. I can shop for about an hour, right? And then you see all the guys outside the shops, don't you? On the benches like that. Looks like we're resting, doesn't it? We're not, are we? We're praying. Please, God, let her find a fucking top. You see them all out there, you'll see it when we get back out there on the old high street, all praying. But it's the people outside the shops on the benches. They're the ones that want not on the benches, the people who stop you out in the high street. The charity people, the people trying to help us save the pigeon, all these clipboards, you know what I mean? I got stopped by one of these people about 2 weeks ago, right? Clipboard, colour coordinated clothing, a little bit of stubble. And she says, excuse me, guys, she said, excuse me, would you like to sponsor an animal? I said, to do what? Not made of money. Pay to see guinea pigs from the channel. Lob it in, Gunwolf. It wasn't that. Another woman came right up in my grill, just ramming raffle tickets in my face like that. Sir, raffle tickets for orphan children. I said, you're alright, thanks. I've got 2 kids already. If you don't mind me saying, that is a shit price. They're everywhere. I got bombarded with a text. Recently. It said, did you know, it was a quiz, did you know there are less than 40 red wolves left in the wild? I thought, that's sad. I had a little bit of a think about it, and at a moment I thought, fuck it, I'll send them a message back. I said, did you know there's less than £40 left in my bank account? They're not replied yet. One-way conversation, like my marriage. But it's pointless, isn't it? Pointless. I'm skint. We're all skint. Barely any of us are working. What are they bombarding me for with bloody charity? Off the back of bloody Christmas and Valentine's, where you pay 100 quid for a rose. I ain't got any money. Christ, I've got no food in the fridge left. I've got no money left in the bank. The bed, I'm just driving around on fumes at the minute on the car. This is how skint I am, right? My kids are currently being sponsored £3 a month by a snow leopard. And kids are running ragged. Kids don't give a shit these days. They're off school. That is it. It's fair game, isn't it? I mean, my eldest son doesn't have any GCSEs to revise for. My youngest son is so far off he couldn't give 2 hoots. They're just going around burning bus stops to the ground, flicking bees to the sky. It's crazy, isn't it? And the thing is, you can control the kids. If this had happened before Christmas, we'd be able to control them with bribery and lies about the magic, couldn't we, of Christmas? A couple of weeks before Christmas is a perfect example. I sat one of my boys down and I said, Louis, please, mate, you're really starting to push all your little brother's buttons. You're upsetting your mum and you're really starting to wind me up. And you've got to be careful because you know who's coming in a couple of weeks, don't you? He said, no. Who's coming? I said, Santa's coming. Santa. He said, Dad, I'm 15. Come on. Santa, really? I said, yeah, Santa. I said, don't you dare do this, mate. You're still my little boy. And it's Christmas. And it's magic. I said, the reindeer flying through the sky, clearly that's magic, right? Elves in the workshop making toys for good girls and good boys like you. Put your stocking at the end of the bed. It's getting a bit colder, it might snow. Can I build a snowman? He said, okay, Dad, yeah, fine, great. Christmas, Santa, wonderful, magic, yeah, fine. He said, but Dad, if you are honest with yourself, this year I have been a good boy. He said, do you think that Santa might finally bring me the Xbox One that I've been wanting for so long? I said, Louis, You've got to get a grip, mate. He's not real. 300 quid? Greedy shit. I'm going to gave him my Atari from the loft. It's fine. Dear. Not having my Spectrum, I'll be honest, although I am wondering if he is actually on it. So yeah, well, don't forget, obviously, you've got to donate. Donate if you've enjoyed this, not just me, but all the acts that you've seen on this stream. PayPal.me/GuildfordFringe, or you can contact Gag House on any of the old social media methods and donate that way to help support live comedy and keep the arts live. And obviously check in with Gag House on all the old website and Tinder and Grindr, all the usual ways. And of course, for the middle-aged people enjoying my stuff about the 80s this evening, you can find out all about me on CFAX, page 463. Enjoy the apocalypse.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was James Alderson. Thank you so much, James. You can find James Alderson by searching all the social media platforms. He's normally under Comedy James, or just search for James Alderson. Do like his pages and share the love. Now, as you know, tonight's comedy is completely free of charge, but we are asking for donations throughout the evening. The donations will be split evenly between all the acts you're watching tonight and Gag House Comedy Club. So let's keep the arts alive. If you can afford to donate, please do so at paypal.me/GuildfordFringe. So we just watched James Alderson. Up next, we have two wonderful acts. Before I go on to that, let me just remind you, please do share this post. You can do that right underneath the video. Click the little share button. Let's get as many people enjoying live comedy as possible. Now, these next two acts are called Russell Hicks and Zahra Barri. Let's give them a virtual round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Wow. Standing ovation. Unbelievable. Look at that. Wow. Not you, sir. Couldn't help. Okay. I'm just saying I made an effort. Maybe you could too. Look at this guy, everybody. Huh? Sweatpants? Look at them. Look at the state of them. Are those your indoor clothes, sir? Because they look contaminated. That's disgusting. I would recommend maybe incinerating those things. This is phenomenal, everybody. I am totally used to performing to this big of a turnout. So this is not that unusual for me. I've had a lot of practice in this area. Thank you for deciding to watch this video. Okay, this is a Gag House production. I appreciate you guys coming here instead of the vast amount of terrible TikTok videos being made by every annoying couple in the world right now. I mean, I don't know how you're even watching this given the absolute load of shit that are your choices right now. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. Disney Plus is coming out as well, right around the time of the outbreak. I'm not saying I believe in conspiracies, but I think they caused it. All right, there it is. One of the great marketing ploys of all time. Unleash the coronavirus, everybody buys Disney Plus. I'm on to you, okay? I'm on to you, Disney. The rest of us are too. Because that's the thing, everybody. Corporations, I mean, that's who's really gonna sort of profit from all of this. I've been saying it forever, okay? Corporations are evil. That's it. A bold statement, I'm throwing it out. Yes, sir, I am I just had a walkout. Somebody just opened their own window and jumped out. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. Well, that's fine. He was weak. Good riddance to him. Good. I hope the zombies get him. But for the rest of you, I'm sticking to what I said. Corporations are evil, okay? I saw an ad for McDonald's recently. It said, here at McDonald's, our chicken nuggets are 100% chicken. You shouldn't have to say that, McDonald's. Okay? That's like me making you a cup of coffee and being like, there you go. Oh, by the way, I didn't put my dick in that. Well, I didn't think you did put your dick in it. Now my brain's swimming with possibilities. First of all, how would you even do that? Did you heat it up afterward? Did you dip it before? Because that seems pretty dangerous just to spite me. Stick your dick in a boiling hot cup of coffee. Wow, another standing ovation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is amazing. It's so great to have such appreciation out there, considering my girlfriend is sitting on the couch right now, drinking a glass of wine, and honestly looking bored out of her fucking mind. One of the highlights of my career, performing in my living room while my girlfriend sits there bored out of her mind, and possibly nobody watches outside. I know you're out there, everybody. I can see you, madam. Oh, she's got up to make a tea. Really? You're gonna make a tea in the middle of my set? Look at you, you got a shit kettle anyway. It's got lime scale all over it. Disgusting. making a tea in the middle of my set. And I bet you the rest of you out there are toilet paper hoarders as well. Because that's what we've learned, everybody. When the crisis kicks off, by the way, this is just a dry run for global warming, so I hope we're all enjoying this dress rehearsal. And what we've learned is when the earth heats up and we're all doomed, people are just going to rush to scrub their assholes. That was your first move? Oh, God forbid I die with a dirty bum. What will the neighbors say? And now because of you, I can't get a good scrub. I'm not worried about cleaning my asshole. It's called water. Soap and water. You take a shower, okay? To be honest, I lived like that for years before I was this successful. Now, I am from America. I don't know what's going on. I'm not watching the news. I think the zombies might have eaten them all. I don't know. All I know is Trump says that it's going to be good by the 12th. And you know what? I know he's lying. I appreciate that optimism. Okay? Quite honestly, it's better than what happens over here, where every day at 5, somebody comes on the screen to look us in the eye and tell us we're fucked. I'd rather have a guy lie to us. I wish Boris Johnson would be a little bit more full of shit, honestly, because at least it would make me feel better. Rather than just do that British thing where they just come out, tell us we're fucked, turn around, and walk back in their house. Like a terrible cuckoo clock. Since I have lived here, you've had like 3 prime ministers, I think. None of them ever been voted for. They just quit. I don't understand. Say what you want about American presidents. They don't just quit. They either get voted out or we shoot them in the face. That's how an American president goes down. To be honest, somebody told me recently, they said, I think Donald Trump is going to get assassinated. And I was like, first of all, that's a little extreme. Second of all, no, he won't. Because the people who voted for him are the people who shoot presidents, okay? Sorry. He's got all the guns on his side. You know, every day Barack Obama went outside, I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? Get in there. Because say what you want about the right wing, when they don't like somebody, they're pretty, you know, precise about it. Like, I don't like that guy. I'm going to shoot him in the face. Liberal people, we're poets. The way we protest, we all choreograph some dance routine like Extinction Rebellion. Everybody dressed like dolphins. Okay, come on everybody. Kristen, you're not doing it right. Get the moves down. Come on. Get the moves down. Because it's a protest. And he's not going to leave unless we do our dolphin dance. So, you know. But, you know, what do you want? You know? What's the alternative there? You know what I mean? I went back to America recently. They're very divided. You know, they're divided, man. They don't like each other. The whole world is divided. I was just in I was in Spain. I went to Catalonia, okay, in Barcelona, and you know, I don't understand it, man. I went up to this lady, I said, Spain es muy bonita. And she was like, I am Catalan. I hate Spain. I was like, listen, I'm American. To me, you're both Mexican. Wow, another standing ovation. Unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you. Whoa. Tits. All right. Thank you. I am joking, obviously. I know the difference between Spanish and Mexican, okay? I know you all think I'm stupid. It is burritos and tapas. Tapas are little snacks that nobody wants to eat. The burrito is a large filling meal. Nobody likes tapas. I don't know why people order it. I like a meal, okay? Who's like, let's get a bunch of little plates and we can all share. Let's get one big plate and you can raw it off. How's that sound? All right? And the burrito, by the way, is an American invention. Yes, it is, sir. Yes, it is. You know what? I'm doing this for you, okay? I don't need to be heckled in this environment, okay? I'm here for you. This is charity. Well, sit down. Yeah? You're ugly. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't usually bring out the big guns like that, but you saw he provoked me. I had to do it. I had to. Anyway, so So yeah, the burrito is an American invention. You know, that is true. And which it makes sense if you think about it. I imagine a long time ago, a Mexican made a beautiful spread for an American. I made some beans, rice, jalapenos, and the American was like, okay, shut up. Here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to take all that shit, roll it up into one big old piece of carpet. I'm gonna eat it in one bite, okay? Yeah. No, senor. You cannot do this. You don't shut your mouth. I'll put you in there too, Jorge. You hear me? Roll it up. And then he ate it. And he ate Jorge too. Legs and all, kicking out of his mouth. And that's how Corona started. Oh, come on. No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't let that out, everybody. In the wrong context, someone's going to tweet that, I'll be canceled. To be honest, this is probably what it feels like. Think about it. I'm a middle-aged white man talking into his camera alone in his flat. This is what happens when people get canceled. All I have to do now is start spouting conspiracy theories, and this is pretty much the career of a few comedians I could name right now. Yeah? Like, you know, who started this whole corona thing? All I know is Disney Plus comes out, and then 1 week later, all of a sudden the coronavirus. You think about it, man. You think about it. Anyway, donate to my Patreon page, everybody. That's what my future should be. Do you know how hard it is for me as a white male comedian to know how much money I could be making right now being racist on the internet? Oh, could get that incel audience? Are you kidding me? They all need a leader. I could fill theaters of them. Just these little nerds like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I heard he had sex once. He's our hero. That'd be my career. Talk about video games nonstop? There's probably a couple of you out there. There's a few of you out there, isn't it, right? Yeah, I can see you watching this, toggling between this video and whatever porn you've been looking at all week. Ugh, my God. I don't look at porn on the internet anymore, thank you. I am a good person. Mostly I was cured of it. Someone told me once at a show, they said, if you ever look at porn on your phone, cover the camera because the NSA are watching you. I don't think this is the kind of intel they're after, okay? If I'm honest. I don't think there's anybody down at the CIA being like, pull that up on the big screen, John, I've got some information coming out of London right now, and it's just me, like. And you know what? I hope there is a guy at the NSA who does that for a job. Yeah? I don't cover the camera, I look right at it now. Huh? You like that? You like that? This is my privacy. You like spying on me? If anybody's thinking of making a still of that for a screensaver, I would highly recommend it. That's not the worst thing you gotta worry about if you're having a wank looking at porn on your phone anyway. Turn your notifications off, okay? One time I got a text message from my dad in the middle of it. Yeah, it was right at the end. And all of a sudden he just wrote, I'm proud of you, son. Thank you, another standing ovation. This is amazing. You're great people. Thank you. Look at that. For those of you that couldn't hear that, my girlfriend just audibly yawned right now. Yawned! Thank you for your support. Excuse me for a minute. Sorry, that's how I handle it in my house. I'm telling you, you give them an inch. She's fine. Tell them you're fine, honey.
I'm fine.
She's fine, everyone. This is comedy, please. I cannot have this end my career. To be honest, I'm curious to see if it can get much lower. Anyway, where were we? Ma'am, please. So yes, there's a lot of stuff being out there right now. A lot of people are making, videos and all that stuff. That's what everyone's done. Everyone has decided that they need toilet paper and TikTok videos. That's how we're going to get through this. That's it. Just one last chance. You know who I feel bad for? Women and minorities, okay? Because this is the end of the world, and you guys were just starting to get equality. Luckily, I'm a middle-aged white guy. I've had a pretty good run, and to be honest, it wasn't looking too good for us. So I think most middle-aged white guys were like, you know what? We might as well cut our losses. It's like stocks. Sell when you're high. But for everybody else, I feel terrible. Also, this generation is so arrogant that they think we're living in the end times. I've noticed that. Every second, they always think we're living in the end times. This is just an indication of how up our ass we all are. I mean, really, we're not even going to be remembered in any way. You know? This isn't the end. This is just a blip in history. Nothing about us is going to be even... We wish we were that interesting. Nobody's going to study us in 20 years. Kids, turn to page 5 in your philosophy textbook. The workings of Kanye West, everybody. Your Donald Trump quote book. Let us review again the TikTok videos that were made by the great people of 2020. Nobody's going to care. But let's do something more positive, all right? Look, we're here. It's exciting. You know, I think we're all getting to know each other a little bit better, right? And for British people, you know, this is a great opportunity for you to catch up on your drinking. Right? I don't drink, so I'm just sober in the flat, right? Just staring at things. I don't drink. I used to drink in America, and now I don't. You know, imagine how upset I was to move here and realize I wasn't even close to having a problem. But yeah, you know, so we're gonna get through it. How's my time?
I already told you, you've done 10.
Done 10, great.
15 now.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, they've given me the light over here. They would have given it to me sooner, but they were busy yawning and falling asleep.
Like that.
I'm joking. Okay, honey, I'm not going to fight with you on camera, okay? I'm trying to make a goddamn comedy video. I'm not going to fight with you. We love each other. We are enjoying the self-isolation. I think it's good for the relationship. Don't you, honey? It's just goddamn great. And you know what? To the rest of you out there, as you stare at your partner and wonder right now, is now the time to kill him? It's okay. We've all thought it. You know, the police are busy. They probably don't have time to pay any time to investigate. But I recommend we all stay together, love each other, you know, because this is a time to be optimistic, all right? We've come here, we've made you laugh, you enjoyed it. Yes, even you, sir, the man with the soiled sweatpants, the lady who made a tea while I was out there, and even the guy who jumped out the window earlier in protest of my set. I love all of you. And to show your love for us and the other comedians who made a video today, if you could donate to the club, donate to us, that's how we'll get paid for it, and then we can go buy meat that doesn't exist on the shelves in Tesco because the people around me are hoarding it along with the toilet paper. But we'll be alright. I love you. Thanks for watching. Bye. I've been Russell Hicks.
Hello. All right, working from home gig. Yeah, I was going to do that thing where you like wear proper clothes, just the top half, but I thought, fuck it, why not do a gig in your dressing gown? When can you ever do that? Yeah, it's a weird time. It's a weird time, but I'm trying to see the good in it. I mean, it does feel a bit like we are all sort of collectively serving part of Harvey Weinstein's 23-year sentence. That's how powerful he is. Yeah. But no, I mean, what it's making me see is that it's making me ask a lot of existential questions like, who am I? Because we're not really defined by our jobs anymore, are we? We're sort of defined by how good the wall that we're facing the camera to do a Skype call is. And do you know what? This isn't our best wall. I don't know why I've faced it to brown curtains, but I have. So there you go. Coronavirus is what happens when you're making other plans, isn't it? That's basically what it is. Because I'm a bit of a scheduler. I like to schedule. I like to know what I'm doing. And now I guess I know what I'm doing. I'm always, like, every day is the same. It's Groundhog Day, isn't it? So yeah. I'm trying to see the positive though. I no longer get FOMO anymore. That's nice, isn't it? Not jealous, not jealous, not jealous. Everyone's doing the fucking same thing, aren't they? Yeah. But I don't really want to talk about the coronavirus because I feel like I don't want to watch the news. Like, I don't want to watch the news. It's too much. It's too much. I think the only way to watch the news is if you watch CBBC Newsround. That's the way to do it because it's just a lot more easier to handle, isn't it? Because the news is very depressing. But CBBC, they don't make it depressing. It's nice. As you probably know, I've got an American boyfriend who didn't know what CBBC Newsround was. I said it's very similar to Fox News in that it's made accessible to people with the mental capacity of 8 to 10 years. Yeah. It's weird living with your boyfriend 24/7. You know, it seems like it's like we made up a game. We made up a game. Who are your top 5 people to self-isolate with? And both of us, we never chose each other, which is nice, isn't it? It's very nice. But you make do. And yes, it's going okay. It's okay actually. We've not had any major arguments yet. But you know what? We're only on week 2, aren't we? So who knows what's going to happen in week 12? It's like the Big Brother house. Like the Big Brother house starts off fine. Everyone's like, yeah. Oh, really excited to meet you. Yeah. Week 1. Week 2 is like, I don't really like that Jenny very much. She's, you know, I just think she's sneaky. And by week 12, it's like, you fucking bitch! You fucking piece of shit! That's what's going to happen to everyone's relationship, isn't it? It's just going to start off. It's going to be very gradual. It's very, very gradual. So that's going to be, at least that's going to be a bit interesting, you know. Because it's a bit boring at the moment, isn't it? It's like, as I say, it's like Groundhog Day. So I am really looking forward to the week 12 fucking, you know, like real big Jeremy Kyle style arguments, you know. And also, if everyone else is doing the same thing, it's going to be like an episode of EastEnders, isn't it? Because you can just like get the windows open and hear all the other arguments. And it's going to be like Jeremy Kyle with EastEnders. Because obviously EastEnders has come off the air, hasn't it? They're not filming it anymore. Because of the corona. So, I'm not really into soaps that much, to be honest. But, I think I've done my time. Because my boyfriend's he just said, do a joke.
Close on a
Fuck you!
Like close on a
This is, you know, we're on week 12 now already. We've just gone over to week 12. I can't believe I've just done a gig in my dressing gown. How sexy. But I always say, I don't think looks matter because, you know, I think we've become a very materialistic society. And I think that it's very superficial to think that, you know, looks matter. And they don't. And I know this for a fact because some men are like a pair of Ugg boots. You know, they look shit, but they feel good inside. So I've ended on a joke. That was me. I've been Zahra Barri. Thank you for watching and listening and streaming. Bye!
Ladies and gentlemen, Russell and Zahra, thank you so much. You're right, Zahra. Dressing gowns are a lot more cosy. Let's all get dressing gowns on and enjoy some comedy together. Now, guys, that was Russell and Zahra. I hope you enjoy the show so far. Don't forget you can donate to keep the arts alive at paypal.me/Guildford Fringe. The money will get shared evenly between all the acts and the club, keeping the arts alive. Thank you so much. Also, don't forget to keep clicking that share button at the bottom of this video. Let's let as many people enjoy this live comedy as possible. Now, moving on to our final act for this evening, one of our all-time favourite acts at Gag House Comedy Clubs. Please give a huge, huge virtual hug and round of applause to Susan Murray!
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm Susan Murray. It's really nice to be here. I got a phone call a few days ago. A phone call. Yeah, people are phoning each other these days. Did you know that? People are actually phoning each other. So anyway, I got a phone call off this guy called Nick I can't even read it, let alone pronounce it. Nick from Gag House, anyway. He rang me up and he said to me, do you want to do some screaming online? And I went, well, I normally keep the screaming to the inside of my head, but let's go for it. Turns out he meant streaming. So here we are. Now, I've got to be honest, right? Apart from the complete and utter unemployment and total destitution, I'm quite enjoying it. I am, yeah. Because I have basically been practising for lockdown for the best part of 2 decades, because it turns out being on lockdown, it's pretty much like being a full-time stand-up comedian, because this is what it's like, guys. You are now experiencing our lives. Basically, you go to bed really late, you can watch shit till 2 o'clock in the morning, you don't have to get up in the morning, you literally don't know what day it is, and you have no idea how you're going to pay your next bill. Welcome to the wonderful world of the starving artist. So, I'm pleased to announce that I've got a new job. Yeah. I am now a professional time traveller because I'm signing on. I'm drinking snakebite. I'm listening to Nirvana. It's just like being in 1994. I'd forgotten how much I love snakebite. I mean, it's one of the most fantastic drinks. If you don't know what snakebite is, it's the quickest way of getting pissed without having to suck off a tramp or hang out with Prince Andrew. Ugh. To the latter. And what it is, it's half lager, half cider. And if you want to get absolutely annihilated in 9 minutes flat, stick a couple of vodkas in there. Because it turns out that what people of the UK do in a time of crisis is drink heavily. I swear to God, when my Prosecco runs out in 3 weeks' time, I will be putting terps through a soda stream. Now, apart from the collapse of life as we know it, the weirdest thing is getting ready to go out and then not going out. I've got ready to go to work and I'm here at work in my house and there's no one here. It's complete. No, don't get me wrong, I've done gigs to complete silence before, don't you worry about that. But it's weird not having any people here because, well, I know you're there, but you're not here, are you? In fact, the only person that's here is my cat. He's giving me filthy looks because my cat Ruby, she has been practicing social distancing all her life because she is the worst pet in the world. She doesn't like being stroked, she doesn't like being carried or held, she's very aloof, she's very unaffectionate, very judgmental. In fact, she's like Greta Thunberg in cat form. Actually, that's the only good thing about this, because Greta's finally stopped whinging. Are you happy now, Greta? Most of the planes are down. They've all been grounded. Are you happy now? You're going to stop whining at us? I have to be honest, I'm actually also quite happy that a lot of the planes have been grounded because I am terrified of flying, yeah. Really scared of flying. In fact, I did a fear of flying course about a year ago. It was British Airways, only the best. And I'm going to save you 300 quid now because this is what it was like. It was basically a few lectures from psychologists and pilots. And I'm going to sum it up for you in the style of Harry Hill circa 1998. This was it for 3 hours. What are the chances? That's basically what they said to us for 3 hours. What are the chances of that light could fall on your head? Yeah, but I'm not at, 25,000 feet when it falls on my head, am I? That's the difference. Now, on this course, I was sat next to a woman who was a claustrophobic vegan therapist, meaning that she was scared of small spaces, meat and real jobs. Now, to me, the worst thing about flying is all of it. It's all of it. is turbulence. I actually shit a square one during turbulence. In fact, I once managed to sprain both of my wrists at the same time from gripping onto the armrest during turbulence. I actually think turbulence is Latin for pre-crash. And I was once on a plane with a friend of mine. We were going on holiday, and the turbulence was so bad. It was one of those, you know, when the plane is completely silent because everyone's just absolutely terrified, and it feels like the plane is completely out of control, because it is. And we were sitting there, we were holding hands, and I was gripping on for dear life, and she was weeping. But I always try and make a joke to break the tension, but I always say the wrong thing. So I turned to her and I said, well, just think, we're flying over the Middle East. If we crash and survive, we might be forced to join ISIS. I know. But she turned to me and she said, well, I hope not, because they kill all women over the age of 50. What? Oh yeah, apparently they're no use anymore. ISIS kill all women over the age of 50. Who's going to drink all the Prosecco? So I am enjoying the social distancing because I live in London and we've been doing that spiritually and emotionally for decades. But now I get to do it physically and no one thinks I'm a weirdo. Result. So what have you been doing with your spare time, Susan? Have you been learning a new hobby? Have you been learning how to cook? No, I fucking haven't. Do you know why? Because I hate cooking, and the last thing I want to do is more of it in my own house. And no, I haven't been learning to knit either. I tell you what I've been doing. Oh yeah, I've been tidying my man drawer. I have been sorting out cables and leads, and I have thrown away the Scots. Because there is no better feeling than throwing away electrical accessories from the 90s. Oh yeah. Feels good. And then I spent an hour wrapping up all my mini USB cables, because I've got literally a million mini USB cables. Why are you still making USB cables? We've got enough, right? I've got enough for the whole of East London, right? In fact, I've got enough. If you want an East, just send me your address. I'll send you a fucking cable. I've got shitloads of them. Why are we still making them? Look, actually, I think, Greta, I found your next campaign. So, what else have I been doing? I've been watching YouTube videos of air traffic controllers talking pilots down in emergencies. Oh yeah, my time's not been wasted. I've been watching Alfred Hitchcock films because I've never seen any. To my shame, and he was reared up near me. Reared up? That's a bit of a weird phrase. He lived not far from where I live. Anyway, I've done some reviews. Do you want to hear my reviews? Yeah, there's lucky. Now, see if you can guess what film. A little bit of a quiz. Here you go. Mad stalky bitch gets her talons into rich bloke with biologically impossibly younger sister amidst aviation retribution. Did you guess it? Yeah, North by Northwest. Well done. See if you guess this next one. Hotelier customer service fail probably wouldn't have happened in woke, trans-friendly modern times. Yep, you're right, that was Marnie. And here's my last one. Temporarily crippled ageing player James Stewart thinks stunning beauty Grace Kelly isn't good enough for him. Yeah, it's a shame they saved his fall off that balcony, isn't it? Oh, it was a window. Do apologise. Anyway, so it's quite difficult, being in the house for this amount of time, and I'm not alone, so that's quite good. I've got a flatmate. I'm really not used to him being around this much. I would actually like to murder him, yeah, because he keeps leaving rotten veg in the bottom of the fridge. But what I've done, I've been very practical, and I've bought another fridge for his head. Now, our governments have had literally months and months and months of warning, and they did fuck all. Basically, the rest of the world went, oh, save yourself, go, run, save yourself, don't do what we did here, take all our knowledge, and Britain went, la, I can't hear you. Oh, God. And now our Prime Minister's got the disease, so he reckons. He did his speech from his self-isolation. He was furiously self-isolating. He did his speech, and there wasn't a cough, There wasn't a tickle. There was literally, he just wants a fucking holiday, doesn't he? Because he's a lazy, lying shirker. He's probably just like, well, I don't see why I should be working while everybody else is at home. Oh, God. But there is a God. Because Dominic Cummings has got it as well. Oh, let's hope he's got some underlying conditions. Yes. I'll be honest, I feel sorry for the virus. I reckon they probably drew straws, didn't they? Who did you get? I got Joanna Lumley. Oh, you lucky bastard. Who did you get? I've got Harvey Weinstein. Give it to him, good. Go on. Who did you get? I've got Dominic Cummings. Oh, mate. And there isn't even a vaccine for him, is there? But I honestly reckon that Dominic Cummings has been doing this for the last 2 weeks. Oh, God, loads of people are going to die. Loads of old people, yeah. Oh, loads of poor people, yeah. Loads of vulnerable people, yeah. All those burdens on the state, they're all going to fucking die, yeah. What? What? We've had to implement socialist policies so that we don't get crucified. Oh, no, kill me. Yeah, I've been buying a lot of wigs off Amazon. Now, Prince Charles, he's also got it. It'd be quite good if Prince Andrew got it. Then we could find out if he does indeed sweat when he's got a temperature of 40. I think, does anyone else think it'd be hilarious if the entire royal family died and the only person that was left was Meghan Markle? That would be beautiful karma, wouldn't it? And also, it would mean that we'd actually get a decent-looking royal family because they are a family of munters, aren't they? Let's be honest here. They're not the best-looking family. I mean, and those two princesses, what their name? Beatrice and the other one. I mean, they wouldn't look out of place in a Russian shot put team. But it is a leveller, this disease. It is a leveller. It's a shame it doesn't target just the hard of thinking, you know, the kind of Brexit voting, Tory voting, bog roll hoarders, because we know you're the same people. Speaking of which, Tim Martin, he of Wetherspoons, who was refusing to shut his pubs because he doesn't, you know, he needs all that money and he's refusing to pay his staff. And basically, he reckons that, he's 64 by the way, he reckons that he can survive it. He wanted to get the disease in a controlled environment. He reckons he can survive it. This is the man who looks like all of his 9 a.m. customers who aren't going to survive it, right? Go on then, Tim, off you pop. Down you go. No one's going to miss you, you Brexit-mongering fuck nugget. Can you imagine, can you imagine being Tim Martin and getting to the pearly gates, right? And they're going, so what did you do with your life? I caused a lot of people to commit self-harm. Oh, well, you know, God forgives all his creatures. And I served wine on draft. Get out! Get to hell! So, but it does feel like the whole thing has brought about a kind of a shift in sort of social consciousness. It has levelled everything out, to a certain extent. And, you know, people with jobs that everyone thought was shit, like shelf stackers and delivery drivers, they are now heroes with coveted jobs. I'm applying for those jobs. Me and every other stand-up comedian, we're all staring down the barrel of a day job. And my CV is a fucking horror show. 12 years old, paper round, 24 years, professional stand-up comedian, being judgmental and calling people cunts. All I'm qualified is for joining the police, really. I don't know what else I would do. I mean, maybe like a 111 call handler. Can you imagine me doing that? What's wrong with you now? Yes, look, if you're well enough to hold on for 7 hours, you can't be that ill, because that is basically the test. So, I think we can all agree that the worst thing about this is if Ladbrokes is closed, as is Mount Everest. Shit, because that's where I park my car. Typical, isn't it? Now, obviously, I'm worried about my parents, because if they die, who's going to bail me out? Please don't die, Dad. I need your final salary pension. I made the mistake of trying to get my parents to video call me. Oh, my God. And I didn't realise how utterly woeful my parents' Wi-Fi is. It was basically like trying to video call a fax machine. It was like 6 different stills and some a bit of audio. Honest to God, if your Wi-Fi is that bad, you might as well be dead. But my parents, they have been self-isolating because they're in their 80s. No, they haven't. That's a lie. They've been going out to the paper shop to get the Daily Mail because they don't do deliveries. Basically, my parents could die from the Daily Mail. I said, why are you still reading this horrible, horrible newspaper? Oh, we buy it, the Scottish, by the way. We buy it for the crosswords. What, crosswords like immigrants, homosexual, Jeremy Corbyn? Oh my God, it just breaks my heart to think anyone in my family would be in any way kind of like right of centre. Because I come from a working class Glaswegian family. My granddad, right, he started smoking when he was 7. He grew up in the slums of Glasgow, right? He started smoking when he was 7. He lived to be 92. My dad grew up in the tenements of Glasgow, 8 to a room, all that kind of thing. He started smoking when he was 12. He hasn't had a cold for about 12 years. That means he's going to live till he's about 148. And do you know what that means? That means that I'm never going to get the house. So, what else is going on? I think we're all going a little bit stir crazy. I've nearly finished Netflix, by the way. Yeah, I've nearly finished it. God, just think if it wasn't for Netflix, we'd all be well read. I rang a friend in Spain, and she said that apparently you're only allowed out if you've got a dog now because the lockdown's gone, more strict. So that's a legitimate way you can leave the house. So people are actually hiring out their dogs. Those poor dogs, they're like that. Walkies! Oh man, oh, God, I've had 20 walks today. Fucked. Can you just leave me alone, please? I think in about 6 months' time there's going to be virus parties. So if you've had the virus, you ain't had the virus, you ain't coming in. That'd be quite fun, won't it? Now there's obviously going to be winners and losers in this, and so I've made a list of the winners. Here we go. PAYE bastards, yeah. You fuckers don't know you're born, do you? You've always had sick pay and holiday pay, all of that stuff, and the lot. Now, my flatmate is a teaching assistant, right? He has been shirking from home for the last, in the last 2 weeks, I've done more work than him, and I haven't even got a fucking job. And this morning, he's been asked to write a report. Oh my God, the tension. I've had to get the defibrillator out. The NHS, now that's a good thing. The Chinese, who are selling billions of face masks to the rest of the world. Is it a conspiracy? Disaster capitalists. That's why we haven't seen Jacob Rees-Mogg for quite a while. Because he's at home counting his millions, isn't he? By the way, did you know that money can actually live on banknotes for several hours, which is not a problem a lot of us are going to be having? Supermarkets, they're doing well, aren't they? Like most of you, I'm on a local WhatsApp group and lots of local Facebook groups. It's interesting that we're all sort of divided apart. We're all coming together digitally. But the main question on these groups is, what's the queue like at Aldi? I think we're going to have to get an Aldi cam in the car park, and it'll be a bit like Spring Watch. Oh, look, they're breeding. Solicitors, they're going to do really well out of this, aren't they? Because the national pastime of drinking and domestic violence are going to lead to a lot of divorces and prison sentences. And who gets money from these? Yes, it's the legal leeches. Slimming World, they're going to do really well. Now, I know that you can go online and you can do Slimming World that way, but it's not the same, is it? It's not the same as being in the meeting where you tell them your woes and what you're struggling with, And I still love the meetings. I thought I'd make friends there, but it turns out they don't like it when asked why you've joined, when you answer, because I'm recently single and I need to get down to my shagging weight. Hairdressers, they're going to do well when this is over because I am currently growing my fringe out. It's not intentional. I am going to be fully blind in about a week, which is fine because then I'll have a dog to take out. Here's my list of losers, everybody else. So, that is all from me for tonight. I think I'll go and inject the rest of this into my eyeballs. Bye-bye!
Ladies and gentlemen, Susan Murray, or Awesome job. Thank you so much, Susan, and thank you all for watching. That does unfortunately bring us to the end of Giggle with Gaghouse live, straight to your homes for this week. We are hoping to come back far more regularly, so do share our page, facebook.com/Gaghouse Comedy, and do spread the word. Let's have a virtual round of applause for all of our acts you saw tonight. James Alderson, Russell Hicks, Zahra Barri, and the wonderful Susan Murray. As I said before, you can donate to keep the arts alive. All the money gets split evenly between the club and all of the acts you saw this evening. You can donate at paypal.me/Guildford Fringe. Just to give you an idea, we normally charge £15 a ticket for one of our comedy clubs. I'm not suggesting that's what you pay tonight. This is a virtual club, but just to give you an idea what the acts normally get paid. And as you know, they have lost all of their income. So anything you can give would be much appreciated. When you're donating, could you in the comments just write comedy, as we have another show coming up on Sunday at the same PayPal account, and I want to make sure the money goes to the right acts. Talking about the other show, we are doing another show on Sunday evening, a bit different to comedy. We're doing a live opera show, and this will be on the Facebook page for Guildford Fringe Theatre Company. So facebook.com/Guildford Fringe. If you fancy some live entertainment, it's not comedy, but Anthony is a pretty funny guy. He's an incredible singer, and it's something different right into your homes. Let's hear it one more time for our wonderful acts. We've got James, Russell, Zahra, and Susan, and we really hope to see you very, very soon. Keep the arts alive and keep safe.